What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? Right now, you chill with Mr. Jackson Top News, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know a little early, man. My videos ain't gonna be mostly about politics, y'all, but just like I said, it's gonna be about mostly trending news. This video right here is like 2 months old. I'm gonna show you each video we doing our reaction of, y'all. Y'all could go check them out, y'all. Both videos right here, y'all. Y'all could go check them out, y'all. The names is down low at the bottom. Y'all go check them out if y'all want to. It's up to y'all. But the first video we gonna get into, they talking about how black people was brainwashed all these years by Democrats, y'all. Cause if y'all do y'all history, y'all, Democrats is one of the parties that started slavery, y'all. Cause Democrats was down south and Republicans was up north. They the one that freed us, y'all. The Republicans, Democrats didn't want us to be free, y'all. And they send people to school to study black people, like what they weakness and what they love, and so just to study us, y'all, how to figure out a way to brainwash us. And they did a good job at this because they has under their umbrella for years. And then the next video we gonna get into it's that some of the things that Donald Trump doing right now, the Democrats been doing, y'all. Y'all gonna see their president saying the same thing exactly what Donald Trump was saying, y'all. So that's let you know that we was kind of brainwashed, y'all. So now we about to go ahead and get in this first video, man. The reason why I'm breaking it down to y'all because I don't want to pause too much because a lot of people like when you do reaction and you pause. But we might pause a little bit, but I'm gonna try not to pause too much, yo. But enough of that, man. Let's go ahead and get into this video, man. Let's get it.
So CNN sat down with 3 black Trump supporters, and I don't think it went how they expected. I think they were hoping that they would perpetuate the left's false narrative talking point that all of these Trump supporters are regretting their vote, and instead, they got the opposite and were quite shocked. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel. But let's start with Van Jones, who had the honor of hosting this little get together. And he asks why they like Donald Trump.
You weren't always a Republican.
No, actually, I come from a family that was like super Democratic. My first time voting, I voted Democrat.
Yeah.
I voted for Joe Biden.
What about Trump appealed to you?
Oh, so he young.
Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, part of it is he's an asshole. I like authenticity.
Now, for all of us who
You
support
about to break
Trump,
it down to y'all.
we understood what the guy was talking about, and we support Trump for the exact same reason. But for those who are confused and are wondering, why would he support someone because they're an asshole? Let me explain what he means for you. What he's saying is he likes the authenticity of somebody who isn't masquerading around as this perfect and pristine politician who says the right things, who has all these scripted sentences and soliloquies and talking points and phrases that they regurgitate over and over to the point it feels robotic. We like that Trump isn't a politician who gives us these long, confusing word salad answers where we're no closer to the actual answer of a question than when we started. We like that he's not carefully picking his words and tiptoeing around political niceties and political correctness. We like that he's crass and blunt and straightforward in the way that he converses and conveys information.
Dang.
Another part of him being an asshole, so to speak, that we enjoy is that he puts the American people first. No matter who likes him. He's not trying to be like other presidents that are European and global leader bootlickers who simply just want to be liked by everybody else. They want to be so chummy and buddy-buddy with the rest of the world that they forget to prioritize the interests of the American people. Trump reminds the global leaders that America is the mightiest nation on earth, and it is in their benefit to have a relationship with us, not the other way around. So that's more of an elaborate way of describing what the man meant when he said he likes Trump because he's an asshole. But let's hear what the other 2 ladies have to say.
You voted for Obama then you voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, but 2020 you voted for Donald Trump. What made the change?
I began listening to someone, her name is Candace Owens, and I read her book, and it just opened my eyes to maybe he's not this person that I have been led to believe that he was.
Yeah.
So you voted against Trump in 2016.
Yes.
But then in 2020 you voted for him?
Absolutely.
Why?
I saw how things were going during his first term, and I was pleasantly surprised, and I was pleased with what was happening. I saw the economy getting better. I saw country relations in certain countries getting better.
What the First Lady said, I absolutely.
And you got to understand, y'all, most Democrats runs entertainment, y'all. Yeah, entertainment is run by mostly Democrats, y'all. Like all these like TikTok and stuff like all that stuff like that. Majority of Democrats will be on that junk. Like these news, YouTube news, y'all. You can see like probably like 2 news Republican channels, y'all. But most of the rest of them is run by Democrats, y'all. That's why they brainwash us, y'all. They got too many people on their side, y'all. So when you see Republicans talking, you don't even want to listen to them. Just listen to them, y'all. Just listen, and then do your research to see if they telling the truth. Then you'll see what I'm talking about. But enough of that, let's get back into it.
Absolutely love, because it's the experience of almost every black conservative. It's basically a given. If you grow up in a black family, you're gonna grow up around people who are Democrats. And all it takes is one day stumbling upon some YouTube channel or some video or some piece of information that opens up your eyes and allows you to see just how brainwashed the black community is in favor of the Democrat Party. How Democrat policies hurt the black community and keep them on a hamster wheel of government dependency and cultural decline. No other ethnic group votes for one party like how black people vote for Democrats. No other ethnic group shames members of their own community for having difference of opinion. But in the black community, if you decide that you're gonna become a Republican, you get met with all kinds of vitriol. You get called a sellout, a coon, an Uncle Tom, a race traitor. It's pure Stockholm syndrome. These people have been convinced that the party that is keeping a foot on their neck are their best buddies and have their best interest in heart. And the black community internally will deploy cultural pressure and ostracization tactics to make sure that you don't leave the groupthink. Now, here's where the black Trump voter says something super impactful, talking about what he likes that Trump has done so far. Watch.
What are some things that he's doing that you do like?
For me, I like the border. I just don't like the idea of someone coming here illegally and getting benefits that can serve my community. So that's the reason why I support him on that border policy.
And black people, and mostly black people don't see this, y'all. Mostly all those people that came from the border, they all on Section 8, y'all. They all on Section 8. They're getting money and getting food stamps. And some black people can't even get approved for that stuff, man. Can't even get approved, yo. They always come up with, they always trying to come up with excuse. Oh, your significant other make too much money, or you make too much. You work in a part-time job, or you make too much money. You can't even they want to keep us at the bottom, y'all. Democrats want to keep black people at the bottom so you can use and abuse us, y'all. That's all they want to do, keep us at the bottom. People that don't even supposed to be here doing better than us. Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
When you think about the border, you think about people coming here who are getting more help than people who live here, who were born here.
Yeah, and I got that perspective not from news channels. I got it from social media. TikTok is like a holy grail. We even see it with the things that we learn about the United States government. Outside of the United States, people are showing Americans, hey, look at what's going on. Do y'all know that your government is doing this? Have you seen this? Have you looked at it from this perspective?
You know, people, when they think about a Trump voter, they usually think about like a white dude with like a red hat on and a pickup truck. And y'all are not that at all. So
Van Jones tries to lighten the mood with an overtly racist comment at the end, completely ignoring the reality that Trump's 2024 win was a coalition of all ethnic demographics. It wasn't some old white person Christian nationalist movement. They're trying to make it seem like it's an extremist movement, because if they admit that Trump actually appealed to the masses, to the majority, to the average person, it would mean that they have to admit the Democrats are actually the fringe party. But he said he was upset that illegals were getting benefits that could help the black community. That has always been one of my biggest points when talking to black Democrats. They're the same people who complain about the white man and the racist government and everything is against black people. And then I'll point out, but wait, the white man is giving all this free stuff to illegals who come across the southern border. And they're not white, so they clearly have the money to willfully throw around to minorities that they deem to be worth it. They're just making it obviously and painfully clear that black people aren't worth it to them. And that should upset all those Democrats. And he said he gets his news from social media, like so many people do today, because the mainstream media isn't trustworthy. If you let them tell it, there wasn't even an illegal immigration crisis to begin with. And then it was, okay, there is one, but these people aren't getting benefits. What are you talking about? And now they've gone to, oh, how dare you take these benefits away from these poor people who need free taxpayer-funded health care. The media was complicit in covering up all of the massive failures and destruction to our country over the last 4 years, and they still continue to ignore all reality and honesty in their reporting. So it's no surprise that people are looking at alternative sources of information. Now, so far, CNN hasn't been able to get the soundbite that they want, but here they go, giving the big question, hoping that they'll get the answer that they've been praying for. If you had the chance to vote for Donald Trump again, would you do it?
If you had to do it all over again, would you vote for Donald Trump again, yes or no?
Yes, I would. Now, in the future, I am not a diehard Democrat or diehard Republican. If there were a Democratic candidate who was more aligned for me, then I would vote Democrat.
If you go back in time, would you vote for Donald Trump, yes or no?
Yes.
I think I might know the answer on this next one.
Definitely know the answer.
It's immediately yes. No, I'm sorry.
If you had to do it all over again, would you vote for Donald Trump, yes or no?
1,000%.
She said 1,000.
Yes.
1,000.
That really puts a hole in their narrative of, oh, all these Trump supporters are just regretting their vote. They regret it. They feel so stupid. There's so much buyer's remorse. They have to create scenarios, no matter how untrue, that their base can use to make themselves feel vindicated about losing the election. They're still caught up in November's loss. They still can't believe the American people rejected their platform, rejected their policies, rejected their cultural stances, and instead chose to go with the guy who they claimed was a Nazi, was a threat to democracy, was a 34-time felon. And so in their own heads, instead of telling themselves they were wrong and they need to do some self-reflection, they were just hoping that these stupid MAGA people will soon regret what they did, and all the doom and gloom that the Democrats see through their Trump deranged perspective will soon come back to bite all these MAGAs in the butt, and they will be regretting their vote. And Democrats can feel good again and say, aha, I knew I was right. I told you guys I was right. But unfortunately, that isn't what's happening at all. We're all thrilled. And that's not just me saying that. That's not just this table of black Trump supporters saying that. Here is CNN dropping their own poll showing what people would do if they had the chance to vote again today. Take a look.
Who would be doing a better job as president? Guess who comes out on top? Within the margin of error, but comes out on top. This looks a lot like the election result, right? Trump 45%, 2 points ahead of Harris at 43%. 12% say they'd be doing about the same. But this is the key nugget here. It's not just about regretting that vote. It's literally saying who would be doing the better job right now. And Trump continues to score a higher percentage.
Yeah. Man, it's so many people, y'all. It's so many black people that's on Trump's side, y'all. It's so many people that I know that voted for Trump, and it's black, y'all. But y'all let me know in the comments, y'all. Did y'all voted for Trump, or did y'all voted for Kamala Harris? And let me know in the comments. I know some people don't want to give up their answer. I understand, but just let me know in the comments. But we about to get into this next video. Let's get into the next video, though. This next video crazy, yo. They got proof.
Chair, I have a video I would like to end with that just let's review if we could cue that to remind, and I want to remind my Democratic friends at a point in which you once had the majority of the American people on your side. This is what your party believed in.
This report tells us how to cut waste, cut red tape, streamline the bureaucracy, change procurement rules, change the personnel rules, and create a government that works better and costs less.
I've read it, and where it says the president should, the president will.
Among the 800 recommendations, eliminating 12% of the federal workforce, merging some government agencies like the FBI, the DEA, and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, closing hundreds of government offices outside Washington.
From the day I took office, one of the commitments that I made to the American people was that we would do a better job here in Washington in rooting out wasteful spending. We thought that it was entirely appropriate for our governments and our agencies to try to root out waste, large and small, in a systematic way. It means cutting some programs that I think are worthy, but we may not be able to afford right now. A lot of the action is in Congress and legislative, but in the meantime, we don't need to wait for Congress in order to do something about wasteful spending that's out there. We haven't seen as much action out of Congress as we'd like, and that's why we launched on our own initiative the campaign to cut waste. And we're going to keep on finding every possible way that we can do that, even if Congress is not acting. There you go.
I think it speaks for itself. My time has expired.
Over 8,000 men of permanent.
Yo, so that lets you know, it wasn't only Donald Trump doing all that stuff, cutting, federal jobs, cutting out waste, cutting stuff. It's proved. They got a video showing Bill Clinton did it and Obama did it. But y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, and I see you. Peace. I'm out.